We're going to be taking a look at how to use the weekly timesheet, not with the actual filling out of this form. That's simple enough, hopefully, but with being able to record these times. And so we have a nice Excel sheet that's set up over here, and we're going to be getting some data coming in because I'm going to fill out this timesheet. So enter your name, whoever is doing this normally, and so they just enter it just like they always would. For our purposes right now, then we're going to align these with the dates. I guess actually, let's go ahead and end up mixing up these dates from different months so that we can see how this is working. And I'm going to put in random numbers that are going to be in excess of, in some cases, the actual number of hours that would be realistic to be working. And I'm just going to fill all these out there just so we can see some sort of idea of how this will be functioning. Okay, so 107 hours worked that I'm submitting. And, I can only do up to 24 on a given day. I forgot about that. Because you can't work more than 24 hours in a day. And in fact, realistically, you're never going to be working 20 either. But that's okay. All right, here we go. Yes, I succeeded. I did an amazing job. And look, the email pops up and it comes through to the appropriate person. And then we've got these hours for Kenny McCune from the 19th of July is when they were submitted. All you really need to worry about, though, is that you got this stuff here. And so you select that, you copy it. We've got this Excel sheet here. You just go to whatever the bottom row is of the last time that someone submitted something. In this case, it's right at the top. And then we've got this going on over here. So what happens is that when you paste it in, then it checks to see what the date is over here. If it equals the given date, so say for July, then if it equals 7, like this one, and this one do, then you have 3 plus 2 plus 1, and that equals 6, okay? And then over here, then it totals up those numbers. Now, what also happens is that we have an expected number of monthly hours for each employee because we're doing part-time salaried employees across the board at this time. It might not always be that way, but that's what it is now. And so then we want to know if someone is approaching or has exceeded those numbers of that number of hours. Now, it's not horrible. It's not like we don't expect there to be times where it goes over like that, but we do want to know what's happening. And so then you can see that we've gone over in August and in September. Then we've gone over that expected number of monthly hours, and so then it lets us know that at the 90% point, and then, but in this case, we're actually over. And so then before that time comes, then we would hit the 90%, and we'd be between 90% and 100. I guess actually that's right at it, so that's why we still haven't gone over to the monthly. But if April was instead 16, then it pops up over there for the over the monthly hours as well. Now, these are this one here is set up for Kenny. For any new worker that comes through, all you got to do is right-click on this, and then you can move or copy, and we are going to create a copy. And now we've got a copy, and it says 2 at the end of it, but instead we'll say Becca's work hours. And then on this one, then you would paste in her work hours in this section here. You can just delete those and then paste in her hours as they come in. And that is really all there is to it. Now, once you get one of these things that says to email David, then that's what you should do. And it's not a big deal. Or you can maybe Trello him. I'll probably change it to Trello David, and we'll use Trello as a verb. That's probably even better. So we'll do that probably. But let him know regardless, and then you've done your job. And it's fairly simple. You can expect to be getting just a handful of these each week, and so it shouldn't be a terribly great amount of work. And that should be all. Fairly simple. Make sure you have this file. Make sure that the emails are being routed to you, and then you can take care of that hopefully. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns.